We appreciate your patience with all our presentations. We thought perhaps a 10-minute rest break. Then we can come back and take questions, and we can meanwhile get the panel up at the table here. Okay? 10 minutes, please. And we're on track. Anticipate success this coming year for reaffirmation. And the key, as Dean Phillips pointed out, is having the definitions articulated, identified, consistent with the mission of your school, and then applying it. Now, I want to point one more thing out about the process. We sounded very regulatory. Here's the rules. Here's the rules. Yes, there are criteria and there are standards. That does exist. But the process, and as was pointed out with peers, we do have an obligation and take it serious to be colleagues. That whether you're a mentor or on an accreditation team, initial or reaffirmation, we still have a consultative role. So the point about if you are in the process and you get a mentor, you want that mentor to visit. You want to talk to them because they are your consultant. With accreditation or an initial accreditation, the chair of the team, you should have them come visit you before you have the SER submitted, so that they have a chance to review and give you consultation as to what's good, what you could do better. My reaffirmation is coming up in November. Dean Solomon is chairing my team. I had him in last month, reviewed the draft, and he had some very good suggestions as to how we should articulate our message. What is it we're doing, and particularly on insurance learning, as to how it would be best perceived, best read by the review team and the committees, so that we would not find ourselves having to question things. I was just on a team in Münster in Germany 2 weeks ago, and some of the language, when they say staff on our standards, they interpret it to mean faculty. That's not what we normally mean. So there are some definitional things. Their mentor was a European, and he interpreted the European style, so we had to explain as the team members what the difference was. So use your team members, use your mentor as consultants, because even in the report, when we did the visit, I was on the SOGAN team. Not only was it an outstanding school, but we are charged with giving the report what are great ideas, things that we would like to share with others, that this was a very good point, but also to identify what are our recommendations that school could be even better, again, as consultants. So it is an audit. The teams have an audit role, but we also are consultants. So just to emphasize that. Any last minute, I say last minute, any additional comments from the board here, and then I'll take questions? Okay, I'm the only one that just, okay. Let's take questions then. Or you all just want to go get a beer? Yes, sir.
Hello, I'm Archie from the John Gokwe School of Management here at the Ateneo. I have two questions. One has something to do with qualifications for in determining whether a faculty is academically qualified. I'd like to ask, how does publication compare to having a PhD? Compare in determining whether a faculty is academically qualified. For example, faculty may have a PhD, but this faculty may not be may not have that many publications. While another faculty may be a very prolific writer, but don't have a PhD. Okay. My other question has something to do with. I heard this rumor. I heard something like AACSB requires that faculty publish in specific journals. Like, okay. So, yeah. Thank you.
Well, I'll comment about the journals. The publication outlet is consistent with the mission of the school. So the school identifies what are the criterion as to what kind of journals. There is some judgment. There are some unofficial rules pointed out, like the allocation of AQ. It doesn't say 70-75%, but there's some rules of thumb. Rule of thumb, 2 refereed journal articles in a 5-year period is normally expected for faculty, particularly if they teach graduate courses. But what kind of journals? That varies. Joe, you started to answer the question.